Hello, my name is Veronica, and welcome to the Learning Lab, episode number 132, and it's the Crafters Air Dry Clay and some ideas I have for using it. Come on into the lab and let's get started. Okay, so I was roaming around in the store, have been seeing this forever and ever, but never bothered to touch it. What made me want to touch it and the reason I picked it up was when I was deciding on my Mother's Day canvases that I was going to make. You may recall that I picked up this Artist Loft canvas, and it is 11 by 14 size, and this is what I wanted to use to try to create a collage. So after looking at the 11 by 14, then I thought, ooh, should I have gone up even another size? But I think for a wall hanging, 11 by 14 will be plenty big. So my idea was to use some of the air dry crafters clay to get some dimension on my piece. So I picked up one of the Martha Stewart starter kits, and I liked it because I liked the branches, the flowers, and the birds. So when you open your kit, what's inside is a color mixing chart, and it actually shows you how to put together that flower, and then on the inside shows you what colors to mix together to achieve all of those effects. And you get your floral stems and some green floral tape, which I won't be needing that right now. You get your tools for shaping and rolling your flowers, two of those, two with pointed tips. One is very, very fine, and then the other one not as fine. And then you get a roll smaller on this end than it is on the other end. You also get your silicone molds, and to be honest with you, I got it just for the molds. I thought they were beautiful. Just the detail is incredible on them. You can even see the veining inside on those leaves. But this is really why I got it. For that twig, the leaves, the flower, and at that time, oh, I need to get out my last one. I'm going to use my Cricut spatula to help me. There we go. And at the time I got it, I thought I really wanted that bird. And I'm going to show you in a minute why that may or may not have changed. So in addition to that, you get your white clay. And you're going to use a lot of this clay if you're playing, because they've included brown, which is kind of hard to achieve if you don't know a lot about color mixing and the use of the color wheel. But trust me, I can get this mud color almost instantly when I'm mixing on my own. But you get your primaries. You get your red, yellow, and blue. Combine these with white and you can get every color of the rainbow with different saturations. You can go from pastel to just deepest color that you can think of. So there's a lot of variation in the hue there. Because I knew I was going to need a lot of the white clay, because remember I'm making a lot of these, when stores would have their 50-55% off coupons, I just went in and purchased some of the Crafters white clay that sold separately. So every time there was a coupon, I hit the store and picked up some of the white clay. So I have probably 10 packs of this. So it should serve me well and take me a long way. Now, while I was perusing, considering using these molds on my canvas, I thought there've got to be some other molds that I can take advantage of. So I bebopped over to the fondant aisle, and I found this beautiful gum and paste mold from Wilton. I'll come in close so you can see the detail. And this one is called Nature Designs. Then I also picked up this one. It is Global Designs, and they look very Moroccan. Just outstanding, beautiful, luscious, gorgeous detail. I can't wait to play with these. Then something that was a little bit out of my comfort zone, which is the macrame design. You know, I might be a little hippie-ish here and there, but I wasn't a lot into macrame. But the weave on these really caught my eye, and just the detail inside of those molds that I thought, oh, I'm definitely going to have fun playing with that. And this one is really playful. And it's the folk design, which I'm not really into folk either, but you know, it's nice sometimes to step out of your comfort zone. So this is going to help to spur on my creativity. And again, I can't stress enough the detail that's inside each of these. Now these are silicone molds, so I am hoping I can use some of my melt art with that. Remember, I got that great embossing enamel from Heather at the Paper Castle when she went to the Ranger Warehouse sale. So I'll test it and we'll see if I can pour in there. And you know what? If it wrecks it, it's okay. The price point on these are really good. I think at 50% off, I still only paid somewhere around $4 and some change for it. But this one has the roses on it with the beautiful swirls. Now on here, this is a little deep. It's really going to stick out on that canvas, so I think that would make a great border, but I have just been having a blast. There are other ones available. I haven't picked those up. There's a beautiful birthday one, an under the sea one, and one that's belt buckles and buttons, which is really nice, but you know, I'm trying to be good. But again, when those 50% coupons roll out, I roll in with one. Okay, on to the clay. So what I'd like to do is play with a little bit of the clay. I'm going to use one of my disposable palettes. I'm going to get all of this open and I will be right back. Now the one thing about this clay is that it is air dry clay. So the longer you leave it exposed to air, the more it's going to dry. So what I did was I ran and got some plastic bags so that I can pop those into one as I pull out what I need, so I don't have to deal with a lot of dried out clay. So make sure you have a few of them on hand. And the directions do say estimate the amount you'll need and only pull out and mix up that amount. Maybe this much, and we'll see how it goes. Now, according to the chart, if you're mixing it in yellow or something, you need just a pea size amount because it is so concentrated. A smidge of brown because I'm going to use some of my white on that. I want some variation in my twig, so I want some to be dark and some to be kind of light, and the directions say to just knead it together, pull it until you get what you want. I don't want it marbled. I'm sorry, I don't want it marbled, that's for sure. So I'm going to really make sure that I get that nice and mixed in. Wow, that did not take long at all. And there's my lighter brown when you compare it to the darker brown. It's very soft, very malleable. I can appreciate that. Ooh, let's add a little more brown. I think that looks a little more like nature, so I have two varying shades of brown that I can use. And I'm going to pull in my mold and start pressing. And this is why I have my Cricut spatula out. Once I get it pressed in, I'll just use my spatula to clean up. The directions say you can just pop it right out. There's my beautiful branch that I can just leave that to air dry. I'll do this little flower. I want to make that pink and use just about that much in with my white. I'll do this one. So I have about that much white and just that much red. Oh, I was watching YouTube late last night or early this morning, however you want to view it. And I saw where one woman was doing a video about the new Martha Stewart jewelry line that she's coming out with, where you can make your own jewelry. And I thought it was really interesting. When I clicked on it because I thought she was going to demonstrate it. But as she got into the video, I realized it wasn't a demonstration, that she was actually showing us what the new product line was like, which really intrigued me because I had no idea if this was coming out. And as always, I went to leave her a comment, and someone else had left one, and they were irate with her because she said had she known it was a haul video, she wouldn't have watched it. She doesn't like to watch haul videos because when she was out of work, it was painful for her to do. And I thought, well, if you're out of work, the last thing you want to watch is a haul video. I know I wouldn't. But she really lambasted the lady, and I thought it was really unfair. And I said so, that I personally enjoy hauls and I enjoy making them because it gives people an opportunity to see what's out there that you normally would not have had exposure to. And I also said to her, I don't buy anything retail. So all of my haul videos are telling you, hey, if you want to get it on the cheap, it's available at this particular place. Go and get yourself one if you're in that area. But I don't know. But that's just my opinion. Feel free to ignore it or take it for what it's worth. But I just thought, if you don't like a haul video, don't watch a haul video. When I am watching my budget, I don't click on anyone's haul video. But speaking of a haul, gotta share this with you. It's not necessarily a haul, but I discovered I have a Big Lots right up the street from me. Was out riding around and we ran into it. So I went in, and guess what they had? These wonderful TPC paper company studio stamps that Tuesday morning was like practically giving away. And they had this with the hot air balloon, and I love that it's the red rubber with the foam on the back. So y'all know I had to get one. But guess what I did? I also got one for a lucky viewer out there. Yep, if you want this sailing its way to your home, you need to go to my blog, inkallusions.blogspot.com. Leave me a comment about winning this set. I'll pull a name and it'll be on its way to you. So, back to our regularly scheduled program. But look at this. And it is lighter than air. But let's go over to the Wilton one and see how that comes out of that mold. Let's see how easily this will release. Well, it's popping up pretty well out of there. And there's a branch. And I like the Martha Stewart one because it does have a little more detail when it comes to the shape. So I can do my main branch and continue to add some of these in and then just branch off from there. Wow. I went ahead and made another little one with some of the brown that I had left over, and you can see where I've started to build it there. But what I'm going to do is leave my clay out to dry. It should be ready to go and solid after, I think, 24 hours is what was given. So, check back in. I will definitely give you updates on how it's going and what I'm doing. As always, thank you for joining me in the lab today. Please remember to check out my blog at inkallusions.blogspot.com, and don't forget to leave a comment under the hot air balloon post so you can be entered to win. Until then.